Yeah, we had to pick up a couple of stragglers here who won races at Cheltenham last week. Starting off with you, though, small dose win here. That was a nice maiden, actually.
Yeah, well, sure, listen, he ran well enough in Punchestown the last day, and as I said to you before, I'd have been disappointed if he wasn't in the first three, and it so happened and he won, so happy days.
Just a word on Gavin Cromwell to win a Gold Cup and the progress he's made in recent years, culminating in that victory on Friday.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Sure, listen, he works hard, even though he doesn't look it now, he's thriving, but sure, listen, he deserves everything he gets. This is a tough game, as everyone knows, and Gavin is flying it, does a great job, and puts money back into his place, and he's sort of building it up every year, and that's where he is. He is where he is because he tries hard and he works hard.
That is the thing, Gavin, that you have to kind of invest to progress, don't you, in this game?
Yeah, which sure, as you do in any game, really, Johnny, you know. Yeah, I know it's an old cliche, but if you're not growing, you're dying, you know. So, yeah.
What did the week mean to you, actually, first, Paul, just to have a winner? Because I imagine the monkey off your back means something.
Yeah, well, sure, like you know, there's no doubt. Sure, Gordon proved that there, you know, with all the fancied runners, and he had horses there 6, 7 seconds, and to show the emotions that he showed winning the last, it just goes to show the pressure he was under, and that's it. Everyone goes over there. We went over to 7 runners. It's the most we ever had in it, and the all bar one, they ran very respectable, and. But it's just great to get a winner on the board because it just means so much to everything, and it is the Olympics, and sure, I mean, Gavin tapped it off with a brilliant performance and a couple of very good placed horses as well, and sure, the Gold Cup was awesome, and hopefully we'll get there someday.
You see the likes of Henry and King Collins as well among the winners. Like, I'm sure you're kind of very happy to see the Irish having winners over there.
Absolutely, sure, why not? Like, we're meeting each other every day, and there's never very rarely any rows and stuff like that, so you'd always rarely. So I wouldn't say there's anyone, like, I mean, if you hadn't got a runner in the race, you'd rather see the lads doing well sooner than fellas you don't know.
Like that, you wouldn't begrudge Paul a winner at Cheltenham?
No, I was delighted to see him with the winner, absolutely, yeah. And you know, King Collins there as well, and Willie had 10 winners again, and you know, that's no surprise. But on the whole, I think the Irish had a great meeting.
Just before you go, what was your take of the week overall, and is there any changes you can make? There's always kind of a post-mortem afterwards to see what you thought of the Cheltenham of the year. The crowd slightly down the Wednesday, but there was a good buzz by all accounts.
Yeah, well, I think they know themselves that the crowds are down because of the prices that they're charging, and you know, the prices in the price of accommodation, stuff that fellas just are getting fed up.
It's a lot.
It's just, well, I mean, if you're going with a couple of people there, it just seems to be way too expensive, and I don't know why they're not doing something about it. But sure, there's everything, you know, it's the same as everything else. You'll have to, surely the starts will have to be looked at. And
what did you make of that, actually? Have you some sympathy for the starter? Because obviously he's trying to explain his situation.
I know, but there's no real explaining. I mean, when you have 20 and 26 horses lining up for something, and then they're ruling that you stand from a standing start, and there's definitely someday that there's a horse going to get poleaxed with a kick or something to be withdrawn, and that's definitely not fair for owners and stuff and all as well. But listen, they're doing their best to make it right, but you know, they possibly should take on board whoever comes up with a better idea, but they definitely have to come up with a better idea.
Lastly, daily present goes to the Irish national, hoping?
Yeah, hopefully. That's the plan. So, you know, he's in good form after the race and stuff, so that'll be the plan.
I'm just going to talk to the Gold Cup winning trainer, is that all right?
Yeah, good luck.
What did you make of the starts, actually? It's not straightforward, but what was your take on it?
Yeah, one thing people haven't alluded to, I think I'd say it's a fair shock to the system to Robbie Supple. He wouldn't be used to those sort of field sizes, you know, with the amount of small fields there is in the UK all winter.
And a load of people jockeying for position.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, such competitive racing, you know. I felt that they were walking them in way too far back. So they were coming forward to the tape for too long. And what starts off in a walk and goes to a jig jog it's only going to get faster and it's not going to slow down. So, yeah, that's just one thing I took on it. It's not simple. There's no simple answer to it, but that was my take.
What was your expectation going into the week? You know, your horses have been in good form. You had a lot of nice chances, but you can easily have no winner as well.
Yeah, like for a couple of weeks coming up to it, looking down through them, and you know, with loads of great chances. But I was under no illusion that that's no guarantee to get a winner. You know, and I was nervous of it now, to be honest with you, because you know, we kind of had ourselves under pressure that we had a lot of chances, and you know, we should be coming out with winners, and that's not the case. You know, with Cheltenham, like you can very easily keep running well and come out with no winner. As you know, Paul just alluded to there with Gordon, you know, he had to wait till the very last race to get his winner. It's a very, very tough place.
Was it relief then when you win the cross-country race just to be there and you're off the mark?
Yeah, just to get one on the board, absolutely. And you know, we had a great week. We had a great week. I suppose we really topped off with the Gold Cup, but you know, we'd 5 seconds and 3/3, and now as the hour fell when he still had a chance, so we could have had more. You know, and I don't want to sound greedy, but we really could have. But it was great.
Okay, so bring me back to 10 minutes before the Gold Cup and you're meeting connections. What are you thinking? Like, what's your confidence level at this stage? Hello Neighbour obviously running the Triumph, and he'd run his race, I suppose. What was your thinking?
Yeah, it hadn't changed really. You know, I was very happy that we had him there in peak condition, and I thought we had a really good chance.
I think he was the horse you said maybe last year. If ever I've had a Gold Cup horse, this is him, and 12 months later you were proven right.
Yeah, it wasn't certainly up to Christmas and beyond Christmas. I thought he's not a Gold Cup horse this year, but when we went to the Dublin Racing Festival, that run really, you know, that's what stamped the mark, and we started thinking about supplementing him then.
Dermot Weld often spoke about stairs with speed. He does seem a bit like that, 'cause he's a hell of a turn of foot at the end of his races after a long race.
Yeah, I thought, looking at him, I thought he was flat out all the way, but I just heard this morning there the stats on it. He had the fastest final 4 furlongs of any chase for the whole meeting, which I'm very surprised at. Yeah, but it's a fair stat. Yeah.
Obviously, like Keith rode in the last in, that's the way it works. Then Mark takes the ride. But like, what would you say about Mark Walsh? You and him go back a nice bit now with Cheltenham in terms of big race glory, and what a rider he is, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a proper rider, and look, what I felt sorry for Keith, but Keith was under no illusions, and he was Mark's ride, and like Mark won a Grade 1 on him in Aintree last year, and he's in a great position and a great job, and fair play to him.
How is the horse since?
Been great, yeah, no bother. He rode out this morning there, and he's fine.
When is the homecoming, or has that happened? I'm kind of getting a bit lost now.
Tomorrow, actually, yeah. It's going to screen football pitch, 4:30 tomorrow.
Mrs. O's afterwards?
Oh, sure. There's 3 pubs in screen. I'd say they could all get a visit.
Everyone wants to ask, what next for the horse? You're not short of options.
I honestly don't know. I haven't spoken to Frank or JP. Listen, we'll get this week over, and I'm sure we'll have a chat then. But he's fine anyway. That's the main thing. And obviously he's a Grand National option, and Punchestown as well. So, but I imagine he's going to go to one or the other. But I haven't had that conversation. How
would the national fences? You know all about the race Vanillier. How would that race suit him?
Sure. Listen, you don't know till you try it, but I'd imagine he'd be fine. You wouldn't like to see him getting a fright, but listen, the Grand National fences they're not what they used to be of old, and you don't know till you try it.
Not jumping the gun here, but I imagine you have to be thinking of the Gold Cup next year and what might happen down the line, because he's still a relatively young horse.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely that's the thing to be thinking about, you know. Hopefully we can keep him in one piece.
What did JP say to you afterwards?
Not sure. JP doesn't say much.
His smile probably said a lot, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, listen, he's a brilliant man, and you know, we're very lucky to train horses like this for him, and it's a privilege.
All goes back to Ger's girl, I suppose.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. She was the start, and yeah, we just had a lot of luck since that.
Just lastly, what about the team at home and your own kids as well? It must have been really special for them to see all this happening.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Jake came over on the morning and led him in. He wasn't supposed to go, and just a friend of mine was coming over, so he brought Jake with him, but the other 2 had to stay at home, unfortunately. But yeah, it's great for everyone. Garvin Donnelly, head lad, he flew over on the day as well, so which was great, and it's a great boost for everyone. Where
do you go as a trainer from here? Because I know you've flat aspirations as well.
Yeah, sure. Listen, Johnny, we keep doing what we're doing. We're here in Wexford today, and
win the Derby, maybe.
Listen, I don't know. You just keep doing what we're doing, and try and win as many races as we can.
And maybe the Grand National. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Only so